This is a step-by-step instructions of how to install and configure your CentOS operating system. First thing we're going to do is we're going to run our VMware player, and we're going to install our CentOS system in our test01 machine. We're going to select our test01 machine, and we're going to go to Edit Virtual Machine Settings. We're going to select our CD/DVD, and we're going to change our connection from use physical drive to use ISO image file. You will notice now that the Browse button is now appeared. You're going to select Browse, and you're going to find the ISO file that you downloaded. Once you have found the file, you're going to select your CentOS ISO file, and you're going to click Open. Then you're going to click OK. By default, every time you run a virtual machine, the first thing it does, it looks for a CD drive or a CD disk. In this instance, we do have a CD disk already inserted, which is the ISO file. So it's going to run that disk. If there is no CD disk present, then it's going to go to the secondary choice, which is basically your hard drive. Now we're ready to install our CentOS operating system. We're going to make sure that test01 is selected, and we're going to click Play Virtual Machine. Now you notice that you're here in the CentOS menu. If you notice, I still have a mouse icon going around my host operating system. When I double click on the virtualization window, the mouse disappears. However, I can use my keyboard. This is telling me that I am now on the actual virtual machine itself. If you notice, there's a little pop-up window that says to return to your computer, press Ctrl-Alt. So if you hit Ctrl-Alt, you notice that your mouse reappears, and now you're back into your host operating system, which in this instance is Windows 7. So let's go back and double-click on our VM window. Now we're back at the virtual machine itself. We're going to make sure that Install or Upgrade an Existing System is highlighted, which is your first choice. Then you're going to hit Enter. When you get to the Welcome to CentOS for i386, you're going to go ahead and hit your right arrow key. And you want to make sure that Skip is highlighted. We want to skip this process and hit Enter. Now we're at the CentOS installation screen. If you notice, there's now a black arrow on the screen. Now you're able to use your mouse inside the virtual machine. If you try to go left or right, if you notice, you cannot actually move beyond it. Once again, you're actually on the virtual machine itself and not on the host machine. To continue on with this process, once you have this welcome screen, you're going to hit Next. You're going to ensure that the language you like to use is English. Hit Next. The appropriate keyboard for the system, US English. Hit Next. What type of device will you install involved? You're going to make sure that basic storage device is selected. Hit Next. The storage device below may contain data. You want to select Yes, discarding the data. Here at the host name, we're actually going to give the same name that you gave the virtual machine and the folder, so all three can match. So in this instance, it's going to be test01, and then you're going to click Next. For the time zone, you're going to go to the drop-down window and scroll until you get to America, Chicago. This is the closest central time zone that CentOS recognizes. Once you have that selected, make sure your system clock uses UTC is selected. Click Next. Here we're going to type the password. This is the root account password, which is similar to the administrative password on a Windows operating system. So we're going to type the password. You can either go with your mouse and click confirm, or you can use the tab key. Then you're going to type the password again. If you receive this message, that means that your password does not meet the specifications. However, unlike on a Windows machine, will ask you to retype it, meeting those qualifications. Here you can actually still use it. So for this instance, we're going to go ahead and use anyway. Under which type of installation you would like, you're going to select use all spaces. Hit Next. You receive a writing storage confirmation to disk. You're going to click on Write Changes to Disk. On the default installation of CentOS, you're going to select Basic Server. Make sure the CentOS is selected here, and make sure you want to customize layer is also selected. Then you're going to click Next. And here is where the installation begins. This process can take between 10 and 45 minutes. Once you receive the congratulations, your CentOS installation is complete. You have successfully installed your CentOS operating system. At this point, you can go ahead and click Reboot. This takes care of how to install your CentOS operating system.